Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve our Skillrack daily challenge using Python programming language. Before going to logic, if you didn't subscribe to our channel, then subscribe right now and make our work more meaningful. First, we'll understand our question. The program has to accept the list of numbers, that is integers, as input and modify the integers based on some conditions. So the conditions are, if the current integer x is equal to the next integer y, then modify x with next multiple of x and then modify y to 0. And finally, we must print the non-zero integers first and then the integer with value 0 at the last. So first we'll get the list of numbers as the input, then we'll modify the integers based on some conditions. So if the current integer x is equal to the next integer y, then modify x with the next multiple of x and modify y to 0. And finally, we must print the non-zero integers first and then the integers with the value 0 at the last. We'll take our first test case. So here we can see that we'll iterate over the list of numbers, and first we'll consider only the first two numbers, that is this and this. So we can see that they are equal. So when x and y are equal, the x should be modified with the next multiple of x, that is 4, that is 2 into 2, that is 4, and this y should be modified to 0. So now we'll consider the next two numbers, 0 and 0. So they are equal, so the next multiple of 0 is 0 and the 0 will remain as 0. Then we'll consider 0 and 3. They are not equal, so we'll move to the next two numbers. 3 and 3 are equal. So the next multiple of this x, 3, is 3 into 2, that is 6, and the y should be modified to 0. And then 0 and 8 are not equal, so we'll stop the iteration. So then our output will be first the non-zero values and the zeros. Now we'll take our second test case. So here we can see that for the first two numbers x and y are equal. So the next multiple of x is 20 and the y should become 0. And then 0 and 10 are not equal. So we'll stop here. Now first we'll print the non-zero values and then the zeros. Let us implement our program. First we'll get the list of numbers as numList. Then we'll iterate over this numList for index in range 0 comma len of numList minus 1. So here we have used minus 1 because we want to check the current integer and the next integer. Now we'll apply our condition, that is, if the numList of index is equal to the numList of index plus 1 means then the numList of index should be multiplied by 2, that is the next multiple, and the numList of index plus 1 should become 0. And now we have to get the non-zero values at the first. So for that, for num in numList, if the num is not equal to 0, then we must print the num and use end argument. And to get the zeros at the last, we'll change it here, that is num equal to 0, and print the num and use end argument. So first we are getting the list of numbers, then we are iterating over the list of numbers. So here we have used minus 1 because we want to check the current integer and the next integer. Then we'll get our condition, that is the numList of index equal to numList of index plus 1 means the x should be multiplied with 2, that is next multiple, and the next integer should be 0. Then first we'll get the non-zero values and then we'll print the zeros. Now we'll execute our first test case. So here we have got the correct output, as you can see. Now we'll execute our second test case. Here also we have got the correct output.
Our program has passed all our given test cases successfully. Hope you guys understand. Thanks for watching. See you next video.